Well, welcome everyone. Hello, Alex.
Hey, TC.
Go ahead and get started.
Awesome. Thank you so much, TC, for being here. This is so exciting for me. I'm always looking for ways to improve my own online presence. I am a huge believer in consistently making improvements in my presentation and the way that I'm able to introduce myself to new prospects. And TC, what we've put together is something that was going to have a lasting impact on my business, and I got a sneak peek. I'm excited to see the first video. I know that you're introducing that to me later on in this webinar, so I'm excited to see that. But I've seen what you've done for other clients of ours, mutual friends of ours, and this is going to be huge. And then on the webinar, for those of you who are watching, TC is going to be sharing with you so many ideas on how to use reviews and testimonials. And then if you stay all the way to the end of the webinar, she's going to be offering you a really cool free gift that I worked out with her. So I'm just excited. I do a lot of webinars, but this one, I love being able to bring on experts that have a very specific niche. And what you guys have done at On Fire Reviews is very specific, but it is so, so powerful. And I'm so glad that I made the investment to work with you guys.
Fantastic. Well, TC stands for Too Cute, Totally Crazy. And when you get to know me, trouble coming. Okay, so let's get started. All right. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is this is what we're going to go over. We're going to learn about generating leads, converting appointments, driving additional business, shortening the sales cycle, and closing bigger deals.
Awesome.
So the first thing that's so important is to truly understand the difference between a compliment and a quote. A compliment says you're awesome. So Alex, one of them that we got from you is Alex is amazing and wonderful to work with. We really appreciate him. Now, don't get me wrong, that's nice, but that's not going to excite a prospective client. Here's another, that is a compliment. We call that a compliment. A quote is Alex produces a result, period. It's made a big difference in our company. That excites a prospective client, don't you think?
Absolutely.
Okay. So let's talk about video. Everybody wants video, but here are the challenges. The first challenge is not everybody's good in front of a camera. That's the first one. Not everyone had high school drama. The second thing is that they're worried about what their hair looks like. They're a little bit stressed and they're not concise. And it's a little bit challenging to edit video. So what we tell people is use the telephone and record it. And that way it's very easy to edit. And be sure that you are getting quotes, not compliments.
Nice. Nice. I like that.
All right.
I like that. Yep. One of the things about video that you're talking about, it's those review videos. They're powerful, but one of the things that's hard for me as a marketer is, like you said, it's hard to edit some of these videos. And I got a video that there was a really powerful quote packed in between a whole bunch of stammering and stuttering, and then he ended with like an ad for himself, and I just couldn't use it. So, but what you've got here is a really powerful way to kind of break that down. So, so go ahead, keep going. I just wanted to share that. So videos are difficult. Yes.
Okay, so the next part I want to talk about is I want to explain what a topic video is, because this is where the magic happens. All right, so pretend on this left here is individual people that have been interviewed. And each Lego is a quote, one quote. Then what we do is a topic video is multiple clients talking about a specific objection. They'll either address an objection or highlight a sales point. So that way we can mix and match different quotes to create videos that are going to address each individual objection. And that is really powerful. So here's your video. Get it played.
the investments and or costs that we have used with the branding group have been minimal for the rate that they have produced for us. I look at the branding team as a very integral part of our overall marketing and of our business plan. We've decided to expand what we do with Alex and his team and are very happy with that.
Anytime I make an investment into Alex, I'm not worried about getting my money back. He's very accessible, and I've never had a tough time trying to get a hold of him or anybody on his team. Alex has lived up to every expectation. I have no doubt in my mind that we're going to hit our expectations sooner than later.
One of the companies we had build our site prior to him, they charged almost 2.5 times what he did, and they delivered a much, much lower grade product. He delivers a good product for the price. They do month-to-month billing. I would definitely recommend Alex.
Work with the branding group because he produces the results. He's very good at what he does, and he's very passionate about getting you the results. Outside of getting the results that we're looking for, I just enjoy working with him.
I've worked with web developers now for over 15 years. In the industry, some web developers tend to be flaky. They don't follow through and do what they say. Alex always does what he says he's going to do. He's met every deadline that he's agreed to. I'm very, very happy with the quality of work that he's done and the fact that he follows through on his deadlines.
Wow. That was amazing, TC. Yeah, that's incredible. That's incredible. Thank you so much for putting that together. That is that's just awesome. I'm speechless. So that's
did we make you blush?
Oh my, yeah. Yeah, I was just, I wish that you could see my face right now because I was just watching the video and my jaw was open. I just couldn't believe how powerful that was. I mean, yeah, that was absolutely amazing. That was absolutely amazing.
Okay, so now we're going to start getting into the ideas here. The first thing is I want to explain what we call a one-liner. And what a one-liner is all of us have testimonials, written testimonials that are long. And so even this paragraph, which is a great paragraph about you, here's what I did. We went down and made 3 one-lines that you can use in so many different ways. And I'm going to explain how they work. So, for example, we say the branding group got our SEO up to the top. We're number 1 or 2 in the search engines, all the pertinent searches for our companies. Really hit a home run. They really love our site. So the idea is to be able to use these for very specific reasons. Now, a couple things is, when you are using a one-liner in print, you do want to say the person's name. When you're using a one-liner and you're talking to somebody, you want to just say our clients, because if you say Kyle this, David that, and Mary this, it starts sounding weird. But if you're saying, well, one of my clients said this and another client said that, so you're explaining what you do, but from your client's perspective.
Got it. I like that. And that's really good for, I'm looking at this going, man, I can use this on every social media platform that I'm active on, Facebook, Instagram. This is going to go on my LinkedIn profile. I mean, these one-liners, the way that you've extracted them from this quote, I can use this in so many different ways. I love that.
And one of the things too is when you are doing written, you do not have to do the exact words. Now, you cannot change what they said by any means, but you can change tense. And you can pull from, as you see here, like we put the branding group here, instead of saying they, the branding group got our SEO to the top, all right? And then we really hit a home run on both. So you can cut and paste a little bit and change tenses of words, but do never, ever, ever change what you say. That's really important.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about sales presentations and webinars. So one of the things that you're going to hear me talk about is I'm going to keep saying our clients. Because what we want to do is we want to make sure that when you are giving a webinar, that you are quoting your clients. Now, you don't have to use their exact words, you don't have to, but you need to be sure that you're talking about them. Because anything a third party says is more credible, right? The other thing is, if you see, I have a one-liner down here. This is my cheat. Oops, let's go back. And I do that. I don't mention it. So anytime you're giving a sales presentation or a webinar, put your one-liners on the bottom and don't even talk about it.
Nice.
The other thing that we hear from my clients they absolutely love is when they're done with their presentation, they are talking to the client. They have no more screens for the client to look at. So what we do is we put up quotes. So they've shown them the price or they've done whatever they're doing and they're just talking back and forth. This is what's really great to have on the screen. Don't you think?
Absolutely. Yeah. So powerful. Third-party credibility is just staring at it right in the face.
Yeah. And you don't even have to say, I would not even mention these, but they actually end up reading them while we're talking.
I love it.
Now let's talk about, you're the expert at this, but let's talk about using video testimonials and quotes in your sales funnel. And we always say that when you do that, it's like the difference between a handsaw and a chainsaw. So tell me about, different ways that you think people can use them.
Well, what we're doing here, TC, is you and I are teaming up together on this. You and your team are getting my clients on the phone and getting, that video is, I'm still in awe about that video and how powerful that is. You're getting these one-liners, and what I'm going to be using them for primarily is all over my social media and then my sales funnels that I'm creating. What I found is that when I have testimonials on on the order now page, my conversion rates go up between 10 and 20%. So I need more testimonials. I need more good quotes that people can use. I need to push people from watching my webinars to buying my product. And this is exactly how I'm going to do it with all of the different materials that you guys are creating. And so when I look at the video testimonials and I see this list that you have here, I'm all about putting this on my sales funnels. I think that's going to be a great way to increase the conversions. And then in my social media, I'm going to be using these a lot because what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop some value. People who follow me online know I love dropping value and quick, how-tos. And then I'm going to close it with using, some of these quotes. So, for example, I'll talk about some SEO tips. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to close that social media post with the quote that you referenced from Kyle Ginn earlier in this presentation, because that's a great way to say, here's what I'm doing. And then I'm immediately giving myself credibility by using Kyle's quote. So video testimonials in particular are going to be used, all over my sales funnels and in my webinars. And the one-liners are going to be used, in my social media and then also within my sales funnels and presentations. I mean, we're really leveraging what you and your team are putting together here. So this is awesome. And look how many uses you can get out of this deliverable. It's amazing.
We're going to keep giving you ideas. Another thing too, do realize that your videos, when you create the videos the way we do them, they can be made at any size. So you can do a 30-second video. We can do, and that is what's really neat. You can do a 15-second. You can do a 2-minute. It's up to you.
Nice.
All right, so let's talk about converting online leads, all right, and phone inquiries. We all get them. So the first thing I always say when somebody calls me up or they get online and they say, instead of saying, I say, well, let me get your email address so I can send you a short video of what our clients are saying. Very rare. Now, if you tell somebody, let me get your email address so I can send you some information, kind of get some pushback on that. But if you say, I want to send you what our clients are saying, it is almost all the time they give it to me. It's also an easy way to build instant trust and rapport. And the same thing is if somebody gives interest, like for example, let's say somebody on LinkedIn gives you some interest, emailing a testimonial video builds that trust right away because they actually get to hear what the clients have to say.
Yeah.
Now, following up to convert sales. Now, I'm probably the only person that does this, but we all have follow-ups. And really what you're asking somebody is, are you ready to buy yet?
Right.
And so, it's a much easier if you send them a video. And then you just call them and say, did you get a chance to see my video? And if they say no, it was a video of our clients and here's what one of them said. And that is very powerful. I also use that for voicemails. So what I will do is I will say, hi, this is TC. We talked on, action. You asked me to give you a call back. Oh, by the way, I wanted to just share with you, this is what so-and-so said. And I'll actually read it.
Nice.
And that has been very effective for us.
I love that. I love that. You know, and for those of you on the call who are following what I'm doing, I'm going to use these short videos on Facebook Messenger and send them that way. You know, because that's a great way to follow up. And you know, the people in my audience, you know, they've been following me using the Messenger bot and Facebook Messenger in my follow up, and so I'm going to be using these videos, TC, to send to people that I've talked to. So. But I love the phone call method as well, but it's all about just leveraging it over and over again. So yeah, these short videos are going to be great for that.
So let's talk about, you made the appointment and you're going to speak to someone. Before you even meet with them, when you send them the confirmation, you send them a video. And here's what our clients are telling us. They say it saves them so much time because once they get on with the person, for example, we have one client that is a franchise. They help you buy a franchise. And one of their biggest objections from their clients is nobody believes they're free. They believe that they're going to be, and that they're going to be pressured to buy one. So they have a video that actually talks about how they are never pressured and they're never expected to pay this person any money. Well, every time they would sit down with somebody, they'd spend about 10 to 15 minutes reassuring them that, you know, I'm really not going to push you. I'm not going to give you any pressure. Well, that's gone away because they watched the video and they already heard their clients say that. So they're already comfortable when they sit down with them. That's really powerful. The other thing that they use it for is to find out how interested you are. So, you know, you send to somebody this and say, hey, would you do me a favor and watch this video? And usually it's like 2 to 3 minutes. Well, when they get online with them, if they get on the phone call and the person hasn't watched the video, it just gives them some understanding of their interest level. Then afterwards, they will be able to hear an objection. Let's say you hear a very specific objection. So another client of ours, he's a technology guy. And the objection of the person was that they were too small. He did not believe they were big enough to handle his business. So instead of, you know, telling him why he feels that way, he goes, oh, here, I'll just send you a video of what my clients have to say. And these were clients saying, and they were larger clients, saying how well he took care of them. All right, he got the second interview. So that's the thing, and that's the thing is you really want to use these and make them very tied down. That's what topic videos are all about. So you have usually 5 or 6 different objections, and you create videos to answer each objection. And this really sets you apart.
Awesome.
Kind of thing.
Awesome.
Okay.
My mind is spinning with ideas for topic videos. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, here's another one. Okay, a lot of people have committees or another person helping to make the decision. So here's 2 ways of doing this. So first I want to talk about a spouse or a business partner. Again, it gets you a chance to figure out what is the interest level. So they say, well, I've got to talk to my business partner. Fantastic. Here, I'm going to send you a video of what my clients have to say. Can you see to it that they watch it, right? They watch it. When they call back and say, did the business partner watch it? If they say no, well, that gives them a level of interest, right? The other thing is committees. Now, a lot of my clients are B2B. In fact, that's where we really sing, is with B2B. And so you'll talk to one person, but they got to take your information back to a committee, right? So what they'll do is they'll ask the person, say, well, who else is involved in the committee? And they'll say, well, you know, it's David and Mary and John and whoever, right? And they'll say, well, do you mind if I send them a video of what our clients are saying? Can you give me their email addresses?
Nice.
And then when they send it, here's what they put in there. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to my IT person. You know, he sends one to the office manager. She has some pull on the decision. And he says, we understand, we're so proud, so honored to be in the running to become your IT provider. We understand how important it is for an IT provider to work with the office manager. Here's what our clients have to say. And they have a video that has office managers on it.
Wow.
Can you see how powerful that is?
Yeah.
So you send that to different people in that committee, and then they start chatting. And that sets you completely apart from all of your competition.
Yeah.
Now,
amazing.
You know, let's talk about, you know, getting referrals. Okay. Here's what our clients tell us. They tell us that people want to refer you, but they don't want to be your salesperson. So if you provide them with a tool to refer someone, it's very easy. So for example, I'm going to refer you, Alex, right? Instead of me spending time trying to explain to somebody why they should use you, right? All I have to do is send your video.
Yeah.
Makes my life a lot easier, and that's more powerful than no matter what I try to explain.
Nice.
The other thing is when someone refers you, so, I'll get a reference, and then we send back, I appreciate, Don introducing us. When can we connect and have a chat? Check out this quick video of what some of my clients are saying. Again, building that instant rapport and that trust before I even get to talk to them.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'm totally going to use my video for that. It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
All right. Now, I don't know if you ever have this, but a lot of my clients, especially my B2B clients, they have what we call reference requests. They're all ready to finish the deal and somebody asks for a reference. And the problem is trying to get the two people together. The other thing is one of our clients said that over time, clients just get tired of saying all the great things. They get what they call reference fatigue. I don't know if you've ever run into that, but you don't want to keep bugging your clients to give you reference requests, right? So here's what they came up with. I thought this was brilliant. Okay, this is the email that they sent. So it was great talking with you yesterday. In terms of providing references, we send you a video testimonial from our clients. Once you check these out, if you still want to speak with someone directly, I can arrange a call with a current client. We try not to ask our current clients to provide live references unless it's necessary, and we'll extend the same courtesy to you as a client as well. This works about 80 to 90% of the time.
I love that.
The other thing they're telling me is they're not getting as many reference requests because they're providing them day one. So you remember all through the sales process, they just keep giving them quotes from their clients. So when it gets to the end, it's less chance of them even asking for a reference because they've already got them.
Nice.
All right. Now let's talk about social media. And I'll give you the example of this, and then you can give your take on this, all right? So anytime that you're going to use a video in social media, you want to tag the person, and you see the red arrow here, that actually did the video. And the reason is they'll probably put that in their feed, right? They'll share it. So this person normally gets, exercise coach normally gets about 200 to 300 views. Well, on this one, he got 2,000, and when he boosted it, he got 2,600 additional. So he got about 4,600 views with just this particular video.
Yeah, I love that. When it comes to, social media, video is definitely king. And these review videos are going to be so powerful. One of the things that I'm thinking about right now, and I'm brainstorming this, is what I'm going to be using some of these videos for is to talk directly to my target audience who has already been introduced to me, but they aren't sure that they want to work with me yet. I believe that these videos are going to get them over the hump to say, you know what, I really should, give Alex a call. And I love your idea, TC, about tagging them, because that's what it's all about. You're now using their review to introduce you to their audience. And that's amazing. You referenced Eric Lofholm earlier on this. I can tag him in the video that I post because he's mentioned in there, and I can use that video as a way to introduce myself to his audience. That is such a powerful tool. And, that's great. I love this idea.
Okay. And, it really is. We call it kind of free advertising.
Yes.
Okay, now I'm going to talk about a LinkedIn profile. Now, this is one of our clients. Her name is Adrienne Wong, and here's what she did. She is an IT company, and one of the important things that she said, our clients say being responsive is important, as well as handling problems before they affect productivity. Then she did 3 one-liners. Now, she didn't put who they were because this is in her profile. It'd be kind of weird, but she put 3 of these. Then she has another one here. We strive to have staff that communicate and actually enjoy working with people, which, by the way, in an IT company is one of the biggest complaints. And so now she has quotes from that. So her whole profile is just her objection and quotes to answer that objection.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, I love that. That's such a great way to use this. You're leveraging it on LinkedIn. I love how she mentioned a pain point or an objection that she gets, and then she immediately answers that. I think that's brilliant to do on LinkedIn, and I'm also going to do that in the proposals that I send as well, because I get a lot of the same questions and objections, and I'm going to use this same strategy in my proposals. I think that's brilliant.
We call it addressing objections before they come up.
I love it.
Okay.
I love it.
And by the way, if you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, there's my LinkedIn little number here. Okay. So just let you know. All right. Now, I want to talk about a LinkedIn post that Bob, our CEO, did, which was brilliant. Okay. Now, this is not a video. This is just a graphic. So one of the things we tell people is to make each one of their slides, each quote, into a graphic. And the reason for that is you can use it for things like this. So what you do is you take each one of your clients, you pick a quote they wrote about you. So let's go back to Eric, okay? So you go to LinkedIn and you say, it really makes my day when we help clients like Eric Loxholm, right? And then you talk about Eric. Whoops, go back. You talk about him. See, one of the things I love about Eric, he's saying we put by Cindy, is she gives amazing ideas. And then you put your a quote about you. See?
Nice.
Okay. By the way, Cindy actually got a lead.
Oh, nice. There you go. You helped her out. I love it.
Okay. She actually got a lead. So this makes your clients love when you do this because you're advertising them.
It's brilliant. I love it.
You get, and you know that 80-20 where you're supposed to say 20% is only supposed to be talking about yourself. Well, this counts in the other 80 because you're really talking about yourself, but you're not.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. I like that. Very smart. Very smart.
Okay. Now let's talk about website and landing pages. All right. You want to use quotes from your clients to reinforce anything that you have on your website. So if you have a paragraph about yourself on your website, you want to have a quote underneath it from your clients. Again, we're going to use one-liners, really easy stuff. All right. Now, the important thing about this, and this is a TC opinion, okay, is if you cannot get a quote about something that is on your website, take it off because it's not important.
That's good.
You can't get a client to talk about it because every place, and I mean every place, that you say anything about your website, and what we recommend is that you put it, the one line, in a different color.
Okay, I like that.
And that is super powerful.
Yeah.
Super powerful.
Nice.
And you do a lot of websites. What do you think of that?
Yeah, no, it's a great idea. A lot of times we get caught up when we're trying to sell ourselves. You know, we get caught up in the metrics and the terminology that we use for each other. And I like what you said about if a client isn't saying it, you know, when you do your review phone calls with them, if a client's not saying it, take it off your website because it's not important to them, you know, because it's not standing out. And so that's a great reminder. I also love, you know, I'm following your presentation and I see how you have the quotes at the bottom of every page of your presentation. And I love the idea of putting those quotes, you know, similar one-liners just scattered around, you know, in the footer and such. They're very short, they're very powerful. And it just continues to reinforce that you know what you're doing and that you've done good work for a lot of people. So I like the way that you're using these one-liners in your presentation, and I think that'd be a great way to use them on your website and landing pages as well. So that's good. I like that. I like that. Great insight, TC.
Yeah, and let me show you what we've done with the landing page. You had already mentioned this, that, you know, people, if they're ready to buy or ready to make an appointment, right? Okay. And so you want to make sure that you have your quote there.
Nice.
And that really very, 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 very effective.
Yeah. Very cool.
All right. Now you talked about posts on LinkedIn and Facebook. So I'm going to show you a trick. Okay. So we picked two of your good quotes here. And Let's start with Eric. And here's what Eric says is that, and you would write a few sentences, not a lot, but he's talking about getting charged extra. Okay. So one of the things that you would say is when you're going to hire somebody to do your website and your SEO, make sure that they don't nickel and dime you. Oh. And then you might say a couple of sentences, right? And then you use this, and here's what one of my clients had to say.
Nice.
The same thing is deadlines. This is what, and communicating. So this one is, make sure that whoever you're working with really understands how to communicate with you and get your vision created and works under deadlines. Are they clear in communication? Do they follow through? Here's what one of my clients had to say. So you can create a post. You can use this in a newsletter. You can even use this as a quick blog.
Yeah.
And it helps you know what to talk about.
I love it.
And then and even though it's a post, you're still getting to talk about yourself.
Yeah.
Why people do business with you.
I love it. And when I see, when I look at these two quotes, the one from Rick, tells me that the fact that I don't charge him extra is really important to him. And that's something that I just do. It's something that I do naturally, and so when I see him mention that, I go, wow, that's important to him. And that's probably important to, a lot of my other prospects as well. And then when I look at what Eric says about clearly communicating what the scope of the project is and what the deadlines are, that tells me that that's also really important to him. And for me, communicating, the scope and timelines are just what I do. I don't think about it as a benefit of working with me. When he mentions this in the quote, now I'm thinking, okay, this is actually something that he really values. And so it's great insight for me in my marketing. And this is a way that I can hit home on, hey, if this is important to you, then, here's what my clients have to say about this. I mean, it's bringing stuff out, that it's bringing out marketing material and marketing messages that I didn't even know were important to my prospects. So I love that we're getting all this out of these review phone calls that we're doing.
Yeah, so let me tell you a couple things about phone calling, okay? First thing I always tell everybody is make sure you have a third-party call. Do not call yourself. It's weird, okay? And the reason is that a third party can dig. So, and the first thing that we do when we're calling somebody is we just tell us about your experience. So I'm going to give you two actual examples of clients that we worked with that had the same thing happen to them. So first I want to talk about a child care. And one of the things that the parents kept telling us is their kids don't get sick. And so when I went back to the owner said, well, of course not. We have all these protocols in place. But she never had that in her marketing.
Oh.
So now she has a video of parents saying that their kids don't get sick. How powerful do you think that is?
Oh, right? My gosh. Yeah.
Okay. We had another client that does promotional items. She's been doing it for over 25 years. She has only missed getting somebody their stuff once, and that was because there was a hurricane, right? And so I talked to her, and I said, that's not in your marketing. And she said, well, why would you take an order that you can't fulfill? Well, in her industry, it happens all the time. People end up getting their, pens or whatever 2 days after the event. But that doesn't happen because she won't even take the order if she can't fill it. So now she has a video talking about how she never misses a date, but it's her client saying it.
Nice.
And that is extremely powerful for her. All right, so let's talk about engaging current clients. And you had talked about this as you want to get not only the people that are prospects, but your current clients to refer you, to talk about you. So it says, really makes our day when clients say, be our hero and pass this along.
Nice.
It's also a great way to upsell. So, we're all creating new products all the time, right? So when you create a new product, all you have to do is get some quotes about that new product, and then you send this out. Instead of sending out, hey, I've got a new product, you just say what your clients are saying. And I guarantee you have people calling you because they go, well, wait a minute, I want to hear about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Nice.
That is really powerful. Networking. Okay, we all have networking, and there's two challenges with networking. One, you're a realtor, and everybody thinks they know what you do, and you try to talk to somebody, and they shut you down. Or two, you're like us, and they don't have any idea what you do. Okay?
Right.
So what we say is, either one, right? So we say we enjoy helping businesses get on-fire reviews, especially when companies say, and then we'll mention a one line.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
And it depends. And then we can trade it. And people who are in weekly networking events, They love this because, you stand up every week and it kind of gets boring. So what they do is they will do a different quote each week. And that has been really powerful for them. Okay?
Nice. Nice. So that's
Business card.
when you mentioned the networking, just to clarify, what you're talking about is the elevator pitch that they do when they go around the room. Is that right?
Yep.
Awesome. I like that. Oh, it's really smart. You can just, for me, I'm thinking, going to a local BNI meeting, and holding up some of those graphics that I'll be making and just kind of reading off of those. So that's a killer elevator pitch because now my client is doing the pitch for me. That's awesome. It's a great way to use a review. I love it.
Yep. It works out really well. Okay. Business cards. Put them on your business card. We put it on the back. And that works out really, really well. All right. Another way, email signatures. Isn't that neat?
Yeah, that's really cool.
And we'll print them out about every month or so. Put a different one there. All right. Okay, so I am the only salesperson who's ever had a bad day. I just want to let you know how. The only one. So, but I want to talk about how I get myself remotivated. I go listen to my quotes. It reminds me why I do what I do.
Nice. Nice.
All right.
I love it.
Okay, so now we get to talk about the gift.
Awesome.
All right, so here's the gift from Alex. Written review, and this is what a written review looks like. We put 3 of his quotes, but he gave you a lot more. Tim talked about you a lot. We're going to give you a Discover Your Wow session. Now, what this is we're going to brainstorm specifically what do you want your clients to say. And Alex, you've gone through this, so tell me a little bit about it.
One of the things about, when I first started working with you, I knew that you did great work and this is something that I wanted. What I didn't know was that during the WOW session that I was going to be coached on a lot of my marketing messaging and, where some of what I already had was falling short as far as my websites, my social media posts. That WOW session, I think I mentioned it to you, but now that we're on the webinar together, I'll just elaborate. That WOW session was something that really got me thinking about a lot of the ways that I position myself. So, that WOW session in and of itself, I know that you're giving it away. You should really charge a lot of money for that because that's like a marketing coaching session. So that was absolutely brilliant. And then the written review that you're going to be giving everyone on this call, very generous. Now just to clarify, you'll be calling their client and putting together this written review for them. Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
So what we're going to do is, and I want to go back to the discovery session for just 1 second. Here's the thing. I know everybody has had coaches come and help you figure out, what your benefit statements are and all this kind of thing. This particular session goes at it from a completely different perspective. And what our clients tell us is that it really helps them clarify what's important to their clients. All right. Now, here's the gift. We're going to interview one of their favorite clients over the phone with the questions you help us create. We're going to record the call with their permission. We always say you don't mind if we record the call so we don't have to take notes. We're going to send the recording to a transcriber, and then we're going to write up the review from the conversation, making it concise and using their exact words. And of course, there's no obligation. This is a gift from you, Alex.
Yeah. My present to my people.
Yes. So to do this, all you have to do is go to onfirereviews.com //Branning. And that will get you to the form to fill out. And then we will contact you and schedule your discovery session.
Awesome. Yeah, you guys, those of you listening to this, make sure that you take her up on this offer. Even if your relationship with TC, even if the only thing that you get is that WOW session and free written review, number one, it's on me. So, grab it. Number two, that is such a powerful marketing tool. My hope is that you guys will, see just the power of this, and then continue working with TC because she's fun and amazing. I mean, even if that's all that you did, it's going to be totally worth it. It's an amazing tool for your marketing. I mean, look at my video, what she did for my video and all the quotes that I got. I mean, how much of a benefit is that going to be for me to get future business? It's hard to put a price tag, on the results that I'm going to get from that. So, and it's totally free. I mean, she's going to be calling your client for you and putting this together. I mean, that's amazing. So, please take advantage of this. Grab the free written review, go to onfirereviews.com/Branning, and take advantage of this offer. So it's totally worth it. And it's free, so it's worth it for sure. But, so I just want to do this to help you guys out. So please take advantage of it.
So the other thing is, LinkedIn, it's TC Teresa Clark. Would love you to connect with me on LinkedIn. Be sure you tell me that you came from this webinar. That would be really amazing. And if you just happen to give me a recommendation on how well the webinar went, I won't complain. Yeah. So kind of thing. Okay, so is there any questions? If you have a question, go ahead and type it in the chat. So here's one question. It is one of the concerns a lot of people have is their clients are going to be weirded out by being called. All right. So a couple things I want to address. Number one, we send them an email and we CC you. And Alex, your clients absolutely had no challenge being interviewed.
Yeah, I wasn't sure, how they would feel about it. But I got not only, I'll say this, not only were they totally open to jumping on the call with TC, but I had a couple people hit me back, Kyle and Elgin, say, "Hey, that was fun." And so, they got a kick out of it. So not only did I not get blowback, but I got, my people thought it was a fun process. So, it's TC makes it fun. It's not your clients will enjoy it. Don't worry.
And the other thing too is we're going to be able to get testimonials from people that will not get in front of a video camera. Okay. And on top of that, won't have time to write one. So one of our clients, his clients are resident doctors just out of school. Can you imagine? And he says, "Oh, you're not going to be able to get anybody." Well, we did, because it was just 5 to 10 minutes. So people don't mind getting on a call for 5 to 10 minutes. This way, they don't have to worry about what they're writing. They don't have to write it down. The other thing is, it's a conversation. It is not a survey. The first thing that we say to them is, "Tell us about your experience." And that's really important. And then we lead them. And so we always laugh and say, if we were attorneys, we'd get disbarred. So one of the things, Eric, we led with your people is that, we heard from other clients that they got such incredible results. Can you tell us about that? And so they would talk. And because we're a third party, we can dig. We can say, "Oh, can you give me an example? Can you tell me more? Ooh, that's interesting." And so you tried to do that. That would be kind of weird. But because we're a third party, we can do that. And you do get a copy of the call. We actually send you the actual recording of the call, so you can hear what they have to say. And so then we're only going to take parts of that conversation. So most of the time, the calls are between 5 to 10 minutes, and we're only using 1 to 2 minutes out of that call.
Yeah. Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome. So TC, thank you so much for doing this webinar with me. It's been so much fun working with you, and I'm going to continue, working with you. So far, I think you've interviewed 5 of my clients. It's definitely something that I'm going to continue to invest in, because the more reviews that I get, the more material that I have, the easier it is for me to not only get prospects, but also, make them feel comfortable enough to work with me by showing them what other people are saying. So I really appreciate you. Thank you for taking the time on this phone call. For those of you who are on the webinar right now or listening to the replay, go to onfirereviews.com/Branning. Take advantage of this free offer that TC is putting together. This is phenomenal. There's so much that we can do using reviews, using these video testimonials. These one-liners are something that we can continue to pull out of our pocket when we need them. You know, there's just so many different ways that we can use this to build our business, you guys. So, you know, definitely take advantage of TC's offer here to get something for free. I hope this spurred many ideas for you so that you think about how you can use the reviews that you have now. And because TC just gave you 15 ways to use a review. She's showing you how we're using the reviews that she got for me, but these are 15 ways that you can use reviews to build your business. That is gold right there. So, TC, thank you so much for taking the time to do this.
And also, if they want to get the slides, they can just email us at theteam@onfirecontent.com, and we'll take care of that.
Awesome. Awesome. I see that email there on the bottom, theteam@onfirecontent.com. Great. Thank you so much, TC.
All right, you guys have a wonderful day.